Here we are right now, guys, inside of Fisch. Today I'll be revealing the best enchants for each rod in the game. By watching this video up until the end, guys, you'll know what enchants to aim for on each of your rods over here, guys, to make sure that your rod is the best it can be. So let's go and get on into it now. First, guys, I reckon we'll start off the Mythical Rod. Now, a little thing before I'm gonna do this video, guys. I'm not, of course, gonna tell you guys the best enchants for the worst rods in the game, like the plastic rod and stuff. Do not enchant them. If you guys enchant them, honestly, I'll say it now, you're a fool, because you're not going to want to waste an enchant luck on one of those rods. They're absolutely useless rods. You'll get rid of them really soon. Do not enchant those rods, guys. I'm mainly going to be focusing on some of the better rods in the game here, because these are the rods that you guys are going to want to be enchanting. I'd only really enchant, personally, the end game rods, guys, because these are the rods that you're going to stick with for a while. So first rod today is the Mythical Rod. What enchants would I use for this one? Well, I'm going to recommend 3 to you guys. Either you're going to want to use Resilience. That is just going to increase the resilience of the rod, which is a lacking factor of this rod. That makes catching bigger fish a lot easier. Controlled is another enchant I'd recommend for this, guys. That increases the white bar, meaning, of course, again, it's going to be easier to go ahead and catch bigger fish. And then another one that I'm going to recommend, guys, is Divine. This Divine enchant is going to increase your luck by 45%, which, as you guys see here, I've actually got the Divine enchant on this rod. If you guys don't struggle really with catching like the better fish in the game, like honestly, I mainly just farm up here, so Controlled and Resilient aren't really too useful for me, guys, because honestly, I can easily catch a manta ray, as you can see, without any increasing control of resilience, guys, which does help. And as you can see, guys, I just caught a mythical manta ray there, which is going to be worth a lot of money. So if you go in and sell this, guys, because of my luck that I have, the extra 45%, it means that I can catch a lot more of these manta rays, guys, and sell them. And as you can see, guys, we literally just made 13k cash there super quickly, which is why personally I like the Divine enchant on the Mythical Rod the best, just because this is where I like to fish, guys, and I can catch all fish here without having to struggle really. So that is why Divine is the best for me. Let's now move on into guys, I reckon let's talk about the Aora Rod next. What would I recommend for this rod, guys? Personally, for the Aora Rod, I'd recommend by far the Resilience enchant. This is because, guys, when using the Aora Rod, personally, I think the best place to farm is in Snowcap, and do so when, of course, an Aurora Borealis event is there. And therefore, guys, you can try and catch the colossal squids. If you guys do not have Resilient, it is going to be next to impossible to catch these squids, guys, because they're just so hard to catch. The good thing about this rod, guys, is that it's got the luck. During Aurora Borealis events, guys, your luck's going to be increased further, but you guys are going to need Resilience to catch them bigger fish, because, of course, guys, this rod's got a bigger max kilograms, which means it can catch the best fish in the game. So if you guys do not have the Resilience enchant on this, even though it's got the ability to catch these better fish, it isn't really going to do it, guys, just because it's just so much of a challenge to catch them without having any good Resilience on your rod. So that is why I'd recommend Resilience for this rod. By far, probably the best enchant for this one. Now, of course, you could go with Controlled and Divine. Again, it's a quite similar rod to Mythical, but for this one, Resilience definitely shines brighter than the other ones, personally, guys. Let's now move on into the Trident Rod. What's the best enchants for this one? So, guys, what about this rod? What is the best enchant? I've actually not had a chance to enchant this rod yet, but when I come to enchant it, which enchants am I going to want to aim for? Well, a really good enchant for this rod is going to be Hasty. This means that you guys aren't really going to have to shake at all, to be honest. It's going to make catching fish a lot quicker, which is already kind of a strong point of this rod. So Hasty is a really useful enchant for this rod, guys. And a positive thing about this rod is that it does have the passive. I'm going to try and get it up here. As you can see, that it just it strikes the fish with that yellow line. That freezes it in its place, which does make it a little bit easier to catch. Even though it's got weak control and resilience, guys, on the stats for this rod, that does make catching better fish a little bit easier because of that ability that it does have. Now, if you guys don't get Hasty, Resilience is also a good enchant on this rod, guys, because if you're focused on trying to catch like colossal squids and stuff with this thing, then honestly, Resilience is a great enchant for that rod, guys, if that's where you like to farm. But again, it kind of depends, guys, on what you like to farm. Like, if you like to farm here in Roslyn, there's no like fish that are really a big challenge to catch, guys. Like, even the manta ray, which is the best fish here, it's really easy to catch. But when you guys go to like Snowcap or whatever and try and catch a colossal squid, then you'll see how much you guys struggle. So then you guys might want to focus on getting like resilience or something for this rod. So that's what I personally recommend. There we go, guys. We've got a manta ray, and as you guys can see here, even though we've got a very small white bar, this passive that we have over here makes it a lot easier to catch fish and makes up for that, guys, just because of the amount of times that it freezes it. But yeah, guys, there we go. We just caught an Atlantean manta ray, which is actually kind of nice, guys. That'll be worth a decent amount, not too much though. Let's go and sell this right now. Boom, here we go. I'm gonna help you. I'd like to sell this. Boom, 8k cash. Can't complain. So yeah, guys, that's the best enchants for the trident rod. Another rod that people like to hold on to until late game is the steady rod. Now, this isn't like an end game rod, guys, but it's a really good rod stats wise. What would I recommend with the steady rod? Well, I'd recommend the hasty enchant for the steady rod. The steady rod's over here, isn't it, guys? Let's see. Yeah, here it is, steady rod. It's honestly, I'd buy this rod really early on in the game and keep it right up until you guys can buy like the Mythical Rod or the Aora Rod or something like that, guys. It's super good. So I'd personally use hasty on the steady rod, guys. That's because the steady rod can already catch some of the best fish in the game because of its like control and resilience and stuff, guys. But the only thing that slows it down really is its luck. Its luck's not the best. Divine could be good for the steady rod, but also it's got low catch speed, so hasty does help I guess remove that catch speed, guys. Like nerf that it's got really and makes it a lot better. I mean, you can also argue for resilience on the steady rod. Honestly, resilience is going to be good for any rod in the game. It's just going to make catching bigger fish a lot easier again. So honestly, guys, I'd recommend like resilience on the steady rod, for example, again, guys, just because of course it makes catching these fish so much easier, guys. That's what I'd recommend personally. Let's move on into some more rods in the game that you guys might want to enchant. Next, guys, we will talk about the King's Rod. What is the best enchant for this one? Well, honestly, guys, probably the best enchant all round for this one is going to be the Sea King enchant. You guys are going to want to try and aim for that one. If you guys don't get that enchant, though, here's some other enchants that make this rod quite good. Storming or Divine are really good for luck, guys, with this King's Rod, if you want to increase your luck with it, even though it's got alright luck, to be honest. Hasty though is also extremely useful because this rod has minus 45% lure speed, which is going to make catching fish really slow. So that's why I'd personally recommend the hasty enchant as well, guys, with this. And I guess, guys, you could argue again for resilience, but honestly this rod's got really good control and resilience already, so I wouldn't actually really recommend focusing on that one, guys, personally. So that is the King's Rod for you all. Let's move on into some more rods right now. So guys, next we'll talk about the Destiny Rod. Now this Destiny Rod is really good for luck. It's like the best lucky rod in the game. It's got 250% luck. Now the thing that lets this rod down, guys, is that it's got zero control or resilience, which does make it harder to catch, of course, them bigger fish, them mythical and legendaries that will be attracting. Because of course, guys, with this rod, because it's luck, it means that you guys are going to be getting a lot of mythicals and legendaries, but as it's got no resilience or control, it's going to be hard to catch them. Meaning the best enchants for this rod are going to be resilience, controlled, or steady, guys. You're going to want to aim for them, resilience being the best personally, guys. So that is what I'd recommend for that rod over there. If somehow you guys have the no life rod, which is unlocked at level 500, you're probably going to want to get resilience on this rod, guys, because it's got no resilience. And even though it's got infinite max kilograms, it's got good luck, 100% luck, extreme lure speed, guys, 99%. The resilience just lets it down, guys. So if you can get resilience on this rod, honestly, guys, it's going to be an absolute beast. So that's what I'd recommend for the no life rod, guys. But honestly, I doubt a lot of you are going to have that rod. And that's kind of all the rods that you guys are really going to want to enchant in the game. There's no other rods I'd recommend enchanting. The rest are kind of just a waste of your enchant relics. So yeah, guys, if this video is informative, I do have a ton of other videos on my channel here, showing you guys a ton of information and fish. Make sure you guys do check them out. That is going to be it for the video here, though. Like and subscribe for more.